Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going over the top 12 reasons Dualsports are the best adventure bikes to buy. My idea of a Dualsport has always been the single cylinder dirt bikes that are outfitted with some pieces to make it street legal. Now, adventure bikes are sport touring or adventure touring motorcycles that are made for the road, and they're road biased more than anything, with some parts that make them more off-road capable. But adventure bikes are street bikes that are made to go on the dirt, and to me, Dualsports are dirt bikes made to go on the road. I've been on my KTM 790 Adventure R, and I've had people come up to me and say, hey, nice Dualsport. Is an adventure bike a Dualsport? Well, technically you could say it is, but because it is dual utility. But to me, it's more of a road bike trying to be a dirt bike, right? And they have street engines in them. Like a parallel twin is a street engine. I always refer to them as adventure bikes. I don't consider them Dualsports, just because they don't have the single cylinder. And they're street bikes more than they are dirt bikes. What about like a KTM 390? A lot of people say, you know, is that a Dualsport? It's single cylinder. Well, again, I think it's more meant for the road. It's more road biased than anything else. It's more street design than it is dirt design. And even though it has a single cylinder in it, it's just more for the street. But like the Dualsports, they're dirt bikes. They're full-blown dirt bikes with lights and horns and blinkers to make them street legal. And that's what I refer to as a Dualsport. You know, and even there's 650 Hondas, 650 Suzukis that are single cylinder. Those are Dualsports in my opinion, because they're dirt bikes first and foremost, right? So in this video, I'll be referring to Dualsports as the single cylinder dirt bikes that are street legal. We all want to get into it, whether it's Dualsports or adventure motorcycles. We like the dual purpose, and that's what most people are after. Let's get started. Number one, Dualsports are both capable of street and dirt. So it's a dirt bike that has some components on it that make it street legal. Why is this good? Well, you can connect more trails. There might be some riding areas, trailer your bike to, and then you get out and you can ride, but then maybe a couple miles down the road there's another area. Instead of loading up, you can just ride on the road and ride on down. If you need fuel, you just ride anywhere. You're capable of riding on the road. They're not great at it, but they can get around. You can commute on them. You can ride around rural areas, and you can travel on the road. Like, it's just not ideal for it. Number two, with a Dualsport, you're capable of going more places than you can on bigger adventure bikes. It is ideal for more technical off-road. It's gonna allow you to go more places, got more technical terrain. Number three, Dualsports are capable of legal off-road. What does that mean, legal off-road? There's more and more off-road areas that you have to have a license plate to be able to go into. They even have these in Vegas. Right outside the city, there's areas that you have to have a plate to be able to ride on. Even like California, if you want to ride in California, you have to have a license plate. Even places like Utah are doing the same thing. There's more and more riding areas that you have to have a license plate. With a Dualsport being 50 state legal, you can go anywhere on these. You can even ride these off-road on trails that you don't need a license plate, but you can ride it off-road on trails that you need a license plate. Dualsports, they allow you to go on all of this stuff. Number four, the Dualsports are easier to ride. Why? Because they're less weight. Usually these Dualsports are anywhere from like 250 to like maybe 325, 350. They're never 470 pounds or almost 500 pounds like an adventure bike. They're less weight, so they're easier to manage. They're easier to pick up. Just physically, it's not as taxing to ride because it's less weight. And the heavier a motorcycle it is, the harder it is to just manage. And the Dualsports are easy to ride because they're less weight and they're just physically less demanding. Number five, Dualsports are good for beginners. If you've never rode a motorcycle and you want to get into like motorcycle camping and adventure riding and trail riding, the Dualsports are great for beginners. It's not a lot of risk. It doesn't take a lot of technique. Some of these power deliveries are very beginner friendly. Dualsports come in a lot of varieties. It's not such a big bike. It's not such a big commitment. Number 6, Dualsports are affordable. They're affordable to purchase. You can find used Dualsports for cheap. $3,000, $4,000. You can find 250s, 300, 450s, 500s, even 650s. You can get good Dualsports for $5,000, $6,000. You can get a brand new Honda CRF 300 Rally for just over $6,000. And that is great. Some of these adventure bikes, they're $15,000 right away, like, right? Number 7, most of these Dualsports are fairly reliable. There's a lot of older Japanese Dualsports that just run and run and run and run. There are some Dualsports that have low service miles, like they want you to change the oil at like 600 miles, but these are high performance Dualsports. And a lot of people that are riding those, if you run good oil, you can push that to 2,000 miles, but it's not as hard to work on. It's not as hard to get to, and I just feel like it's less bike to work on. So it's easier to manage. It's a lot easier to check the valve clearances on a Dualsport than it is on a parallel twin that's just harder to get to. So number 8, the Dualsports are not as big of a liability when you're riding solo. When you're riding a big adventure bike by yourself, they are a high liability. And the bigger they are, the more of a liability they are. They can be a lot of work, and if you drop them by yourself, they're hard to pick up and they can be very exhausting. But with Dualsports, you know, averaging around 300 pounds, most people can pick those up. It's just easier to get around. Can they be a liability riding solo? Yes. They're definitely less of a liability than bigger adventure bikes. Number 9, riding a Dualsport with your buddies, there's just less pressure. You don't have to be a badass motocross rider. You don't have to be this hard enduro guy. There's just less pressure with Dualsports. Dualsport riding is a lot less stress and it becomes a lot more fun. Number 10, Dualsports can be hauled in a truck or on a hitch carry very easy. Because of the weight, around 300 pounds, they'll fit on a lot of these hitch carriers. So you don't have to have this big setup with a big trailer or a big pickup truck. You can put these things on hitch carriers on the back of cars and stuff. Even though they don't travel well, you can take them places very easy and ride around. Can you haul around a full-size adventure bike? Well, yeah. Dualsports are much easier to transport around. Number 11, with Dualsports, you get these epic builds. You can customize them the way you want. You can run them completely stock, or you can add all kinds of stuff to them, and ECUs and traction control and, you know, exhaust and suspension, and you can make them however you want. Heck, you can even make them supermotos, right? Who doesn't love supermotos? Supermotos are cool as heck. And because they're affordable, you got more money in your pocket to be able to make it the way you want. If you want to do like some adventuring and stuff, you can load it up for all your adventure needs. Putting GPSs and lights, and put soft luggage on the back, bring your camping gear. You can just, there's so many options you can do with these Dualsports. And that brings us to number 12. Dualsports are a ton of fun. It's easy fun, it's relaxing fun, no pressure, low liability. These Dualsport riders have groups that get together and it's a lot of fun. You're gonna meet lots of cool people in these Dualsport groups riding around together. I've met some cool people and I'm sure I'll meet more cool people, and it's just very relaxing and very chill. They're a lot of fun. That's my 12 reasons to buy a Dualsport over an adventure bike. And the more I ride Dualsports, the more I love them. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got something out of it. If you're thinking about what kind of bike to get, Dualsports are a great option. Maybe you're doing more street and you want to travel across country, so adventure bikes would be better for that. But Dualsports fill a big role in the motorcycle off-road community. With more and more restrictions coming in across the United States, having a dirt bike with a plate on it just allows you to go where you want. And that's hard to beat. Hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know what Dualsport you ride, or if you prefer adventure bikes, comment below. I'm interested in what people think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.